I do feel like I do need to do a video on this whole dog thing, because she's trying to get me in trouble. That's the only reason why she called the cops. You know, the cops try to make it like just because I was on edge when they came out there, because it's fucking cops. I'm sorry. So, what really happened is I came walking down from a different trail and she came walking up the road. I didn't realize she was there. I am about, I'd say, 70% positive she knew we were there. But she just, and I don't know, you know, I'm not going to try to judge somebody else because these are two bigger dogs. I get it. I think I made that clear right after the encounter. Like, you know, I had a 120-pound Great Dane coming at me. It'd be pretty fucking intimidating. I get it. But her dog was squealing and acting like a freaking freak. And Myrtle was only sounding like a Great Dane. She was not sounding like some ferocious attack dog. If that were the case, your dog would be dead, bitch. I mean, if that 120-pound Great Dane really wanted blood, she'd have had it. Let's face it. She, you know, even if I would have had her on a leash, I'm not sure what difference you think that's going to make in this case. But it is what it is. You called the cops, which I would have blew it off as to I was in the woods. I came up on a person with a couple of dogs, and, you know, that's what happens. But my guess is she's some city person trying to act like she's big, tough, outdoorsy woman and had an experience. Because I wouldn't... Was it bad? You had two dogs come up on you that you didn't know, and it was dicey because they're two bigger dogs. You were not attacked. Honestly, I can understand being worked up, but enough to call the cops. You know, if I would have acted like some dumb bitch and started screaming at you, maybe I could understand it, but... Or I'm a Karen. I don't know. I could tell you were a Karen because of the way you were when we were out there. You know, when the cops pulled up, I guess I wasn't that shocked because she acted like... Wah, wah. Well, you know what? The thing is that your dog wasn't on a leash either. And just because your dog was the wimpy one and decided that take cover and squeal was the best way of action, and my dogs acted like a Great Dane and an Australian Shepherd would act in any situation, I mean, Myrtle came running up, growling. She wasn't mean growling. She was sounding like 120-pound Great Dane. And again, I'm going to reiterate that I can understand how that could be scary for a second. But it was obvious that I could grab a hold of her and pull her off. Because I did. I mean, if she wouldn't have wanted me to, she's a 120-pound Great Dane. She could have done what she wanted to do. And if her intentions were evil, blood would have been spilled. But it's not the situation. And it certainly didn't require the cops to be called. And I just felt like I needed to share my thoughts. If you can't handle being in the woods and coming across other people with animals that are also going to be loose. Don't go into the woods. Take your fucking dog to the dog park where everybody's knows the rules and is doing that kind of thing. But you know what? We all go out to the woods because it's the woods. Because it's unpredictable and relaxing. And I don't feel like I should have to have my dog on a leash. And if I come across somebody else that doesn't have their dog on a leash and stuff happens, especially when no blood's been spilled, and nobody was screaming at each other. Nobody was being mean. Nobody was doing anything horrible to each other. Then you know what you do? You know what you do? You go, thank God. Nobody got hurt. And you move on. Which is what I was going to do. And I'm still going to do. I'm saying my piece. And that's what I get. I'm entitled to my opinion. And my opinion is, bitch, you were out in the woods. Bitch, you were out in the woods. It's the woods. That's why we're all out there. And it's unpredictable. And shit might happen. Wonder if it were coyotes. No cops are going to do anything for you. You know what? You put a big girl panties on and you decide stuff happens. And unless I am really hurt, I take responsibility for what happens. And had somebody been hurt, I could have understood. But literally nothing happened. Not even a name calling. I chucked it up as to thank God nothing worse happened. I should have maybe had my leashes along. Because, let's face it, we're out there because we want our dogs off leash. And I understand that. And shit's going to happen when dogs are off leash. It's the way it is. But that's essentially why we're all out there. So, what the fuck? There's what I got. What the fuck, man? Grow up. There. That's all I got. This is Jen from Jen's House of Zen. Doing the best with what I have been given. Everybody have a fabulous day. Thank you.